Hey there, Sag. Welcome to your November 2014 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. As always, just want to remind you to definitely check out the video for your rising sign as well. You can find more information about other things you may be dealing with during the month of November, or it can clarify some things in this very general sun sign reading. Of course, if there's anything that you're concerned about that you're dealing with, or you want specific information about what you're dealing with, or maybe what's going to be coming up for you over the next year or so, be sure to drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video and set up an appointment. I do readings on Skype, and it's $65 for a 30-minute session. But yeah, just drop me a line if you want to set that up. And happy early birthday! Some of you Sagittarius will be celebrating in November, so I wish you a happy birthday. Let's jump into November, Sag, and see what's going to be up with you guys. They've got a lot to say for the fire signs. I think I've got more runes come out for all of the fire signs. So, let's see what they want to tell you. I'm just going to turn these over and see what way we want to go here. All right, let's see what the tarot can add. To the reading here. All right, Sag. The challenge around for November. There's something in your mind. There's something going on with the Ace of Swords, a new beginning, a new idea. Something germinating up there. The wheels are turning on something that you want to do, a goal that you want to manifest. But maybe you don't have time to put any effort into this. Maybe you've been pulled away from this. By work or by other responsibilities, by family responsibilities, things like that. Or maybe you're still formulating it in your mind. You're trying to get your challenges to get it just the way you want it up here, so you know exactly what it is you want to manifest. So that's your challenge. Sag is maybe wanting to push ahead with something, an idea. This could be anything from getting a new job, leaving a relationship, starting a new relationship, starting a new job, starting your own business, starting a new creative project. It's going to be different for all of you because I have so many of you. See how that personal reading comes in handy? And those are just a few examples. It can work in a myriad ways. But yeah, there's something up here that you can't quite move forward on yet because either you don't have the time or you don't have it quite. It hasn't quite solidified in your mind enough to bring it into being, or to make the change, or make this shift, or create this thing, create this, whatever this is. So yeah, the caution is if you do kind of hurry up and jump in, it could damage the outcome. That's what this word means when it's reversed. So yeah, try to be patient in November and let things kind of formulate and come together. Make sure you have it all together. Some of you maybe think that you have all the information about a situation, but there's still more to come. There's some truth missing. Ace of Swords is the sort of truth. So, but it's very internal. It's very introspective. It's your own truth in a lot of cases, or giving your truth to others. So you could be communicating this. Maybe the challenge is that some of you should be communicating your truth and you have not yet. Because with this rune reversed, it can mean, holding back, not putting the effort into something, either because you can't or because you just don't want to. But with this Ace of Swords next to this rune, you should be communicating your truth. People who don't have it need it. They don't understand. For a lot of you. I'm getting that. They don't understand where you're coming from because you haven't communicated it truthfully, accurately, or maybe you just haven't communicated it. Maybe you haven't been communicating, period, with certain people who care about you. Or maybe this is somebody in your life who hasn't communicated their truth to you. These energies can always work both ways. So yeah, don't take it personally. I've noticed that Sag tends to take things I say very personally up in the comments. These energies that I say, they can always work both ways. You know, it's not an accusation. None of these are accusations. Okay? Maybe it's not you. In some cases it will be, though. We all make mistakes. Or, you know, we can all withhold our truth at times, either because maybe we're still figuring out what it is for ourselves, or because we don't quite know yet how to go about it, or maybe we just don't freaking want people to know what's going on with us. So yeah, definitely those energies can work both ways. So yeah, this could be someone else in your life that you feel is holding back, not telling you the truth about something, or maybe somebody in your life just seems distracted, not as communicative, not as open with you. And, you know, however that plays out, Sag, that's the general gist of the challenge of the month of November. So, but again, yeah, it'll be different for all of you. Again, if you're concerned about it and it's very, you know, how it's working in your life and how that's going to play out, definitely contact me. I'll be happy to take a look at that for you and give you some very specific guidance from the runes about how to handle whatever the situation, however this energy is working out in your life. But the help that's going to be available to you is it's like you have the support. There's a coming together or a new beginning. You just have to reach out for it. You just have to reach out for it. I got a Knight of Cups coming up in reverse, but he's coming up in the help position. But because he's in reverse, this is normally a water sign person. Does not have to be, you can be either male or female, because again, it'll be different for everybody, but he's presenting as a male. So this is Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio person, or somebody with those qualities. This is somebody that you may feel is emotionally manipulative. This is somebody who could try to make you feel guilty about things. Or maybe you're doing this, again, maybe it's you doing this to other people. Maybe it's a little bit of both. A little bit of manipulation going on with everybody. Because let's face it, we all try to get people to do what we want them to do. We're all guilty of it. There's not a person on the planet who hasn't at some point in their lives tried to get their way in a bit of a sneaky way. But Sag, that's really not your calling card. That's really not your way. So, I mean, you're normally pretty blunt about what you want, and you're normally pretty open and honest, but you can be swayed sometimes by other people. That's the only thing. You can mistake their truth for your own sometimes. So, I mean, maybe that's how this has happened. Maybe somebody's manipulated you into maybe they manipulated you into being manipulative and you didn't realize it because maybe you didn't know you were being manipulated. Or Sag, maybe you did this to somebody else. Maybe you were manipulating somebody even though it's not your MO. I'm sure some of you out there have a more manipulative sign rising, you know, so you could be the puppeteer here. But yeah, maybe you've done this to someone else and kind of got them to believe something that you want them to believe, so you can kind of control a situation or an outcome. But I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with maybe a family situation, or with a project, a new beginning you're trying to get started. So, I mean, let's say that you are writing a book and you are, you need some research information. So you are maybe talking to somebody who has confidential information, but you need to use that for your book. So you're trying to kind of maneuver and trying to get them to give you the information you need so you can get on with your creative project. Or maybe this is somebody you collaborate with. Maybe you are in a band, or maybe you are an actor and you are collaborating with somebody, or maybe this is a work project and you know, you feel like somebody's trying to manipulate you into doing things their way, and you don't want to. But the advice is that whoever's doing this, it's not. It's kind of like, and you know, Thanksgiving is coming up for those in the US, so I'm wondering if that's not what's playing into this here. It's like, if you, there may be one person in the family that you don't particularly want to see, but you shouldn't shun the whole family because of that. Does that make sense? So maybe they won't even be there, this person. So yeah, there can be, though, a new beginning in spite of someone else. So in spite of whoever this is causing problems, in spite of whatever the situation or the history is here, there can be a very awesome new beginning. There can be, you know, there can be a coming together. You can have a nice Thanksgiving. You can get together and have a nice reunion. For some of you, this may be your son, who tries to manipulate you into doing things his way. Son or daughter, again, because it can't be either. But yeah, this can be a kid that's, you know, maybe a Scorpio trying to manipulate you into getting them something they want. But the thing is that you may go ahead and give them what they want just because it makes them happy if this is your kid, Sagittarius. But some of you may be dealing with property issues in November, and what I'm seeing is that you're going to turn a loss into a gain. So you're going to, what seemed at first like maybe a loss, or like something was taken from you, or that somebody kind of snuck in and stole something from you, whether it was a promotion or a job, or maybe if it's a property and you thought something was really going to be bad and it was unexpected, and at first you were like, oh God, what a nightmare. This is actually turning around in your favor. You can take a minus, you can take a negative and turn it into a plus. You can take a minus and turn it into a plus. That's the grade school elementary version. But yeah, so I mean, anything unexpected that comes up around property issues, there's a way around it. And somebody who's going to help you with this is, and this may be you. I mean, it may be you that finds the solution. King of Rods is normally a fire sign. I mean, this is a Sagittarius like yourself, a Leo, or an Aries. Or this may be another fire sign that helps you out. A king is normally an older, more mature man who knows about this issue. You know, the problem is there may just be some delay around getting. Sorry about that little break there, Sag. The batteries died. So I tell you, this has been a true Mercury retrograde experience filming these this month, because the memory card ran out during Capricorn, and now battery fail. But back to what I was saying, back to your reading. Yeah, this may be you that finds a way, unexpectedly, you find a way to either fix an issue you've run into with your living situation, with property. Some of you may be dealing with frustration around an estate, a will. You know, there may be something in probate that's taking a long time. There may be something unexpected that comes up around that. But in a lot of cases, it will be you or another fire sign that is helpful. I mean, when this is coming up in the upright, this is somebody who will be helping you find a solution and of an action to take to speed things up. This could also be someone offering something to you, offering their help, offering their expertise, their knowledge, to fix something or speed up a situation, to eliminate or alleviate a delay around something. Another way this can work is some of you may be having some conflict around your living situation, who you live with, whether it's a roommate or a boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse. And you may be the ones who kind of take the action to fix that. Maybe there's just an argument, and it could have something to do with something going wrong around the house. Somebody not like putting effort into cleaning up the house, cleaning up after themselves, because that's very irritating if you've ever lived with somebody and you're always cleaning up after them and you're not their mother. That gets old real quick. You know, and so yeah, in that case, this may be you being like, hey, you know what? Put your dishes in the dishwasher, please. Or, you know, could you not throw your dirty towels on the bathroom floor? It may be just something like that that escalates, but now ahead of time, if you know that, maybe you can kind of just keep it under control. And maybe the action that you'll be taking is that you'll be kicking this person out, or you'll be moving out, because there are a lot of movement and shift runes going on here for you, Sag. So some of you may be thinking about doing that. That may be what this is that you're mentally contemplating in November. But I think if that's what you're contemplating at the beginning of November, I think by the end you will have either found a place, or you will be definitely taking steps, taking action to change your living situation, or move, or change jobs. This can also be a job change. And that may be how the King of Rods plays in. This may be your future boss offering you a job and getting you out of a bad situation. For those of you who are architects, who are builders, who work in construction, those of you who that's your line of work, you may be moving on from that, or maybe it's coming to an end if it's a seasonal job. But there may be somebody that or a connection that you've made that's going to offer you another gig that kind of just will take you through the winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, or take you through the next few months. Maybe it'll even be something more permanent, if that's how this is playing out. As far as what has to be accepted about November, there's something coming up regarding a relationship or a partnership. Now, the first immediate thought with the Two of Cups, and it is coming up in the reverse, but then we also have Gifu, which is also the rune of partnership. So that the first thing you want to think of is a boyfriend, girlfriend, romantic relationship, spouse. That's the first thing, but it doesn't have to be. This can be a business partnership. This can be a friendship. A family member, somebody that but it's somebody you're very close to. Somebody that knows a lot about you. What can't be changed is that I feel like there may be arguments regarding money. Or whether or not something is a good investment. And maybe this person that is not cleaning up after themselves is your spouse. And so that, maybe both of those kind of things are going to happen, maybe. But I see that, I just feel like you'll be getting on each other's nerves, whoever you live with, whether this is a spouse, or a boyfriend, girlfriend, or just a roommate, or even a family member that you live with, or maybe you live with your family, and it's just everybody's going to be getting on everybody's nerves. But particularly in a one-to-one relationship, there's a bit of a disunion or a disconnect because, and it seems like it's mostly over petty things. It's not really anything serious for the most part. I just feel like things are blocked. And it may be stemming from it may all be stemming from this situation, Sag, where you feel like you can't quite move forward on something you want to do. Even if it has nothing to do with your relationship per se, it's just whenever our energy is blocked on one level, it can kind of work to block us on other levels. And maybe that's what you're experiencing. And it's just kind of like you're taking it out on whoever's nearest and, and maybe your partner's going through something similar. Be sure to watch the video for their side as well. And maybe it's just you guys, it has nothing to do with each other. You're just taking things out on each other. Frustration, taking your frustrations out on each other. But yeah, for the most part, it seems like arguments around who's cleaning up after who, domestic stuff, money, property issues. That's where the tension or conflict is going to lie in November for you, Sagittarius. You know what? And I think finances are going to be okay. Money's going to be okay. You're just you or someone else, is just trying to think proactively. And, we need to save more money here, or we can't afford to do that now. We have to kind of hold off and wait because we don't have the finances for that yet. So, November is not a bad month, Sag, but it is just one that's kind of a holding pattern. But live in your mind in November. Stay in with that picture, whatever this is that you want to manifest, because, you will be able to do that. It's just going to take maybe longer than you were thinking or hoping, but there's a reason for everything, even delays. It's just some people have an easier time with delays than others. And fire signs, you know, you want to get it done. You want to charge ahead. And you just want to get there and get it done and get what you want and have it done. You know, patience is something that fire signs can have a difficulty with because, you know, again, you're fire. Patience is not really an attribute of fire. It's just kind of like, get out of my way. Psh. If you get in my way, I'll burn you up. And you kind of get in you have that mindset. If anything gets in my way, I'll just burn it with my superpowers. Fire signs have fire shooting out of their hands. You didn't know that? It's like Spidey's web. You can just, that would be pretty cool and scary at the same time. Because I know a lot of fire signs, but I'm sorry, I digress. But yeah, just kind of those delays, do the best to roll with it. You know, try not to take it out on your partner. I understand being upset when their towel's on the floor or they haven't done their dishes or, you know, and you're having to do it and you've just come home from work and, you know, you know, now you got to do more work and you didn't make the mess. I understand that. But yeah, what I'm hearing is just kill them with niceness. And do your best to control your temper, Sag, in November. And whenever you do want to flare up and kind of lay into somebody, just maybe be like, do you know what I would really appreciate? Is if you would pick up your towel from the bathroom floor, please. That would be awesome. And also if you would maybe do the dishes that you dirty up so that I don't have to do them when I get home from work. You know, just please. Please and thank you. You know, just be as nice as possible, Sag. And I think if you do that, you can kind of circumvent a lot of this. But whatever's on your mind, you're going to bring to fruition. It may not be in November, but that may be November may be the start of you, a new beginning, you know, or moving on and doing something, manifesting something you've been wanting to do for a long time, maybe. So it's just maybe further off than you were thinking, but that is what I see. Good luck with that, and I'll see you back here in December.